Tonight's red-hot video, GOP lawmakers grilled a top Army official over an instructor who taught almost 10,000 soldiers that pro-life organizations and the members of those pro-life organizations are terrorists, and these are terrorist groups. It appears that this went on for 7 years, and no one was fired, of course, because it's our government and it's the Pentagon, it's the Army. Congressman Jim Banks was not amused.
How about the soldier who created the training to begin with? Has he been held accountable?
The individual who created the training has received corrective training, has been retrained as a trainer, and continues to perform.
Corrective training, but accountability.
Mr. Chairman, I'm not going to talk about specific accountability actions because those actions reside
Why not?
With the training.
You're the United States Army. No, and you're acknowledging that mistakes were made, but has anyone been held accountable for that mistake?
Again, Chairman, I'm not going to describe specific actions taken because those actions reside with the chain of command.
You're in the chain of command. You're a lieutenant general. You're the deputy chief of staff of the United States Army. You're here testifying before Congress. And what did he say, Foldi? That he's retraining the trainer with training, and well, when it comes to accountability, I really can't talk about that, even though I'm testifying before Congress. Our government just gets better and better, doesn't it?
Think about all of the problems that have happened under this administration, whether it's opening the southern border on day one, destroying the economy with the Inflation Reduction Act, obviously our decision to give Afghanistan over to the Taliban, the assassination attempts, especially the first one on Trump's life. How many people were fired after any of these? You add it all and you're still at zero. So I think it's a little bit unrealistic to expect that anyone would have been fired here. And I do want to say quickly about the question that Carl Higbie was asking Trump about the Afghanistan withdrawal. You look at what the Biden administration did when they came in. They said every single thing that the Trump administration did, from the Abraham Accords to the Keystone XL pipeline to securing the border, has got to go out the window. Their EPA is still overturning Trump-era EPA decisions this year, now. So everything that Trump did was bad except for his policy in Afghanistan. Now, there were a lot of problems you can point to with the Doha deal, but the Taliban did violate that entire thing. The important thing to remember is that Biden wanted that photo op so badly on 9/11/2021 that he was willing to destroy the country, set the world on fire, all for that. So blaming Trump for that is, kind of a little bit ridiculous.
Well, and the border, too, what they did to our border as well. But let me go back to the Army saying that if you're pro-life or pro-life group, that you might be a terrorist.
Right. This comes on the heels, of course, of the FBI attempting to infiltrate traditional Catholic churches, sending out a memo from their Richmond field office insinuating that traditional Catholics are more likely to be domestic terrorists. Right. The DOJ has been arresting pro-life activists, right, some of whom they've accused of violating the FACES Act, but videos show quite clearly that they were not actually blocking any entrance to these
but some still got
clinics.
5 years in prison.
Exactly, and dragged out of their homes in front of their children. So I'm not surprised to see this from the Army at all. This is a whole of government effort to delegitimize Christian, religious in general, and pro-life voices. Yeah.
I pointed out before, Jason, the old saying that Al-Qaeda used is, we love death more than you love life. I think the Democrat Party falls into that basket, too.
Well, one thing that I won't do is, criticize all pro-lifers. I know people who are conservative, people who are who believe or consider themselves to be pro-life, and many of them, I think, are very much sincere about that. And, I'm not going to belittle them or anything like that. And they're certainly not terrorists.